Good afternoon, everyone. It is Monday, couple weeks before everyone sits down with their family and has a huge meal. We got a request to talk about seizures, so hopefully I'll remember everything that I want to say. Miss Maria is here with me this afternoon. You want to say good afternoon? She says hello. So we'll start at the beginning. Maria had her first seizure when she was 13 years old, and it did coincide with the beginning of her menstrual cycle. So typically with Maria, her seizures tend to be hormonal. She's most at risk for seizures during her menstrual cycle. So when she was 13 and she had her first seizure, she just happened to be spending the night with her grandmother, and her grandmother just happens to be a registered nurse. So I was very grateful that she was with her abuela when she first started seizing. Now, Maria has lost a lot of memory due to seizures. She doesn't have many seizures these days. Sometimes she will have breakthrough seizures, what they call breakthrough, because most of them are controlled by her medications. But due to all those seizures, she does have a lot of memory loss. So she loves to hear about her childhood and what she was like growing up, because a lot of it she does not recall on her own. So one of her favorite things to do when we get with family or friends that knew her when she was younger is to hear stories. And I showed you all the pictures from when she was a little girl that we put up on her wall. So she enjoys walks down memory lane. All right, so for Maria's seizures, most of her seizures would be considered tonic-clonic, what they used to call grand mal seizures. Tonic meaning that her whole body stiffens up. Clonic meaning that then she'll start with the rigid movement. Maria's seizures typically last anywhere from 15-20 seconds up to 3 to 4 minutes. They were most concerning about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, because time escapes me as well. But they got really bad to where she was biting her tongue to the point where her tongue would bleed and swell up. So that was of concern for me. Seizures don't typically send us to the hospital because she rarely gets to the point where she needs that. All right, so Maria's playing with her Dynavox, and we did have to pause it because Chloe, who is fabulous, came in here to schedule Maria's haircut. We want to make sure that she gets her haircut and that she feels as good as possible. She does have family coming into town for Thanksgiving, so she's excited about that. So back to seizures. Most of Maria's seizures are considered tonic-clonic. The old name for that would be grand mal seizures, where there is a lot of stiffening of the body and then a lot of shaking. Typically, Maria's eyes will roll to the back of her head or to the side of her head. She'll bite her tongue. It does get swollen. My concern was always that she would end up aspirating. She does have a history of aspiration pneumonia, and that's always a concern. Sometimes she'll throw up after a seizure, but she does not always throw up. So during a seizure, as soon as we see it, we typically start keeping time. We need to document how long it lasted, what it looked like, and then after that, making sure that she's rolled on her side. So even if she does throw up, it's not something that's going to cause even more issues after she's done that. So after Maria has a seizure, she usually, what is it called after a seizure? When you're in post-ictal. Now, being the mother of a special needs child, you pick up medical terms along the way. So post-ictal is the state that she is in after a seizure, meaning that she's conscious, but she's not necessarily all there with us mentally. Sometimes she will respond. She'll shake her head yes or no. But then the next day she won't have any memory of that post-ictal phase. And her post-ictal phase is typically a couple of hours. Having a seizure is equivalent to running. I did not do my research before I turned this camera on, so you'll have to look up how exhausting having a seizure is. It's literally when your brain misfires, and that's what causes a seizure. So Maria takes 2 different seizure medications. The first one is Keppra. Keppra is the medication that she started taking right after she started having seizures, and then they added Vimpat, spelled V as in Victor, I as in Igloo, M as in Mary, P as in Paul, A as in Apple, T as in teacher. She takes those 2 medications twice a day. So she takes them in the morning when she wakes up and in the evening before she goes to bed. Those are generally in her system. So we don't usually have breakthrough seizures. They're very rare. It's been a while since Maria has had a seizure. I can't even tell you when her last one was. So we're very grateful about that. The only time we typically run into issues with seizures is when Maria is in the hospital. Whew. Maria takes birth control to keep her hormones in check. When she's in the hospital, that's the only medication they don't give her is the birth control. It's always a fight to say, hey, we need to bring Maria's birth control in here. She needs it. If she doesn't take it, by day 3, she's going to have a seizure. Excuse me. It's almost, it's almost clockwork that if she does not get that pill, she's going to seize. So the 2 seizure medications, Keppra and Vimpat, and then the birth control, all work in conjunction with each other to make sure that Maria does not have any seizures. So we're doing great. We want to continue on this fabulous trend of no seizures. So other than the hormonal causes, when Maria gets overly stimulated, when we have a lot of family around, or if we take a trip somewhere, if she's overly excited, she'll tend to seize. One year for her birthday, I was taking her out to eat, and we had a few people meeting us at the restaurant. Well, right before we left, and this was about 3 years ago, right before we left to go out to eat, Maria started seizing, so I had to cancel the whole thing and just get a cake and some ice cream, and we sang happy birthday to her the next day. So trying not to overstimulate Maria is huge. And for the most part, she's not overstimulated. If anything, she's understimulated, so I'm looking for her to get out more and experience her environment and have something that she can call her own outside of everyone that she's related to and that has her care first and foremost. So that's pretty much Maria's seizures in a nutshell. I think I've covered everything. The post-ictal stage for Maria, tends to
stress,
make her very exhausted. She will take a nap. We tend to put her in bed after seizures. I'll turn the lights off, make sure it's a quiet environment just so she can get the rest she needs. What, baby girl? When you're stressed? She's using her Dynavox to say that when she is stressed or scared or sick or mad,
disappointed,
you can hear it. That's when she also has seizures.
Scared.
Turn this up a little bit so you can hear it.
Hurt.
And I'll show you what she's doing. All right. Go ahead and talk, Mama. They can see your Dynavox now.
Something hurts.
Okay, so she's telling me something hurts. And typically for Maria, it's her stomach. Or she'll talk about her G-tube.
Formula.
Okay,
Water.
so you're saying the formula hurts your stomach?
I need help.
What do you need help with, baby girl?
Could you please check my G-tube?
All right, so that is a daily request for Maria.
My scarf. Give me some privacy, please.
So I've actually asked other people that have
Could I
G-tubes
please have some pain medication?
that are
I'm
verbal
cold.
about how it feels, and they've all told me that it is uncomfortable to painful.
I'm cold.
And it's something that Maria says hurts almost daily. So
my stomach hurts.
I've done a video on her G-tube before. Maybe we'll revisit it, but for now I'm gonna go ahead and end this video because Maria is telling me all kinds of things on her Dynavox. You're cold? You want a blanket? You want a blanket? All right, so you all have a good evening, and we will be back shortly. Peace and blessings.